Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Economic inequality. Economic inequality is the uneven distribution of money and opportunity between different groups in a society. For example, the fact that a CEO earns hundreds of times more than a typical worker is a clear sign of economic inequality. International relations. International relations is the study and practice of how countries interact with each other through things like diplomacy, trade, and agreements. Strong international relations between the two nations led to a new treaty on environmental protection. Theoretical framework. A theoretical framework is the underlying set of ideas and principles that a research project is built upon, acting like a blueprint for how to understand a topic. A researcher used Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a theoretical framework to study what motivates employees in the workplace. Foreign policy. Foreign policy is the government's strategy for dealing with other nations and international organizations. A country's foreign policy might prioritize climate change agreements and trade partnerships with its allies. Conceptual framework. A conceptual framework is a visual or written explanation that shows the key factors, ideas, and relationships in a project or study, acting like a map for understanding how everything connects. To understand customer loyalty, the team created a conceptual framework that linked product quality, customer service, and brand reputation. Inflation rate. Inflation rate is the percentage that shows how much the average price of goods and services has increased over a period of time, usually a year. When the inflation rate is high, your money buys less than it did a year ago, making groceries and gas more expensive. Power relations. Power relations refers to the ways in which individuals or groups control, influence, or dominate one another within a society or organization. The constant tension between the manager and the employees was a clear example of how power relations can affect the workplace environment. Research ethics. Research ethics are the moral principles and rules that guide how research is conducted, ensuring it is done honestly, fairly, and with respect for all involved. A fundamental aspect of research ethics is obtaining informed consent from participants before a study begins. Over-the-counter medication. Over-the-counter medication refers to drugs you can buy without a prescription from a doctor. For a headache, you can simply buy an over-the-counter medication like ibuprofen at a pharmacy. Health outcomes. Health outcomes are the actual results of a person's health status, such as recovery, improved quality of life, or the development of a disease, which are influenced by healthcare, behaviors, and environment. A public health program that helps people quit smoking can lead to better health outcomes, like a lower rate of lung disease.